Hey, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's an exciting afternoon for, we'll call it bronze medal volleyball here at the NVA Professional Volleyball Showcase bronze medal match featuring the team from Arizona, the Sizzle, against a team from Chesapeake, Washington, D.C., the Rising Tide. We're going to hold for national anthem. Again, welcome to this web stream presentation of the NVA Pro Volleyball Showcase. I'm Rob Sparrow, a.k.a. Rob on the mic, and I'm here with D.A. Dalton Ammerman, who's joining me here doing color for our bronze medal match of our NVA Pro Volleyball League Showcase bronze medal match. And Dalton Ammerman's getting in the groove, and I think he's ready to bust out a couple words, as long as he doesn't bloviate or pontificate.
I'll tell you what, it's been a hell of a weekend here with you, Rob, and that we're seeing some great action here out on the volleyball court. It's almost kind of sad that it's coming to an end. We've just been having so much fun here.
We're going to go to our lines. We'll talk a little more. We got setter Tanner Maxwell of Sizzle, Drew Staker in the middle, Chris Littleman at the outside, opposite Jake Pinolio. At the other middle, we've got Connor Doherty, and the other outside, Serge Anadazin, while the libros, Micah Steiner. Coaches are Amanda, Omar, and Lewis. Whoa. Well, I guess we're going to meet our starting lineup. I'm going to let Dalton Ammerman do the honors here, since he did such a great job in our second semifinal.
Starting for Arizona Sizzle, 6'5", coming out of Park University. In the middle is Jake Pinolio. Next up is 6'8" middle blocker from Las Vegas, Nevada, local here, Drew Staker, standout player from CSUN Northridge. Next up is number 7, Chris Littleman, outside hitter, standing at 6'1", played at Golden West College. After that, coming up, Surgatron, a.k.a. Serjon Nadazden, a former outside and opposite hitter from Long Beach State University. After that, the setter for the Sizzle is Tanner Maxwell, coming from Grand Canyon University, also a Las Vegas native. After that, we got number 9, another middle, Connor Doherty, another antelope from Grand Canyon University, and the libero, Micah Steiner. Over to Rising Tide. We got the starting lineup. We got number 4, Isaac Newble, a standout player ever since he came in and started playing for the Rising Tide this tournament. Next up, number 7, Tyson Norton, the libero, another gaucho.
From Harvard University, and outside hitter is number 11, Matt Jones.
Number 11, Matt Jones at the outside hitter position, standing at 6'3", played at Harvard and also played a year pro in Luxembourg. Number 12, Colin Irons, the opposite, standing at 6'8", another UCSB gaucho. And then another Long Beach State alum, standing at 6'7", middle blocker, Taylor Gregory. And then one more time, another Long Beach State 49er alum, 6'4", middle blocker, Bryce Buell. And the setter, the king of the flow, the master of the nectar, Vinny Devaney, 6'1", another Gaucho. So a lot of Long Beach State and Gauchos on the lineup for the Rising Tide.
A lot of Big West representation on the court here. I say Big West is now the Big West. They've jumped out of the MPSF. But I gotta say, it's not just Vinny Devaney, it's our cousin Vinny, or my cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny.
Also looking at our chat board here, gotta say hello to someone named Dustin Norton. You must be a distant relative, father, or brother of the Libero for the Rising Tide. Tyson Norton, good to have you on. Also, Rob Pow Pow Nergar, whatever that says. We're all having fun here. I hope you're enjoying our volleyball that's being presented here. A great matchup. Two teams that actually came up big on day 2 of our NVA Professional Volleyball Showcase because they got some personnel arrive in from flights and dialed in some different lineups, and it gave them such a different look as far as performance-wise. We're ready to go with Vinny Devaney back to serve. Jump float down the line, off the tape, pass by Littleton. And ball's knocked down by Connor Doherty to start off. May have got that name wrong. It's actually, we're looking at Littleman, Chris Littleman with that first attack, with Tanner Maxwell back to serve. Float serve goes cross court, hand pass by Norton outside to Cullen Irons. Yule now in the lineup for the Rising Tide. Surgeon Dasden rolls it into the twine.
Surgeon Dasden jumped a little early, maybe expecting a little bit of a faster set there. Gonna have to put a little more pace on the ball in order to get that ball over the net.
Oh my goodness, we got someone chiming in from Cyprus. I'm not talking Cyprus, California. We're talking Cyprus, the country.
Wow. Viewers from across the world.
Across the Atlantic, over the Mediterranean. Good to have you on board online watching the NVA Professional Men's Volleyball in the USA. Norton with a hand pass. Devaney to Irons. Said that a lot of times in my announcing career, but this one goes long, and such a successful duo on the court for UC Santa Barbara, the Gauchos, our Argentinian Cowboys. Nadazden with a tough serve. Norton able to get it up. Jones with a tip. Nadazden, or correction, that's Maxwell trying to pancake it up, but it falls and sticks to the back of his hand. Too much syrup left over from breakfast in the morning, apparently. 2 serving to 3 with Bryce Yule going back to serve for the first time today. Jump serve into the net. Interestingly enough, you have a pair of Long Beach State middles on the Rising Tide side.
Both just recently graduated in this past year, and they really were a huge factor for the success of the recent Long Beach State men's volleyball team.
Yes, for sure. With the Final Four appearance, but they came across a hot BYU team who kicked it up into gear in that national semifinal. 5 serving to 2, going back to serve. Connor Doherty, the former Antelope. Float serve pass by Isaac Newble, set in the middle to TG13. That's Taylor Gregory. And it's 3 serving 5. Going back to serve, Cullen Irons, a former Gaucho, stands at 6'7". Float serve to Nadazden, set in the middle to Staker. Power tip, drops in the deep corner. Newble made the move.
Drew Staker showing that power is not always the only way to get the kill there. Interesting move by Sizzle here. Seeing Zanzucci sitting down on the bench with full warm-ups on. Looks like he might not be playing this match after he's been such a huge factor for them in the past couple matches they've played.
Yeah, very charismatic too. And sometimes you just need that on the court. Get your momentum your way. Good pass by Jones to Devaney, and TG13 knocks it down in the middle.
Early cutback swing finds the floor. Matt Jones.
Yeah, you hear that silky smooth voice in the background. That is McKay Smith, who's mesmerizing the fans in attendance. 4 serving to 6 with Jones serving it up to Nadazden. Look at that little poke, one-hand pokey by Maxwell. Jones knocks it off the block for point, going to the Rising Tide.
Real solid big attack there after serving a nice ball. across the net to the Sizzle team, having a tough time keeping that ball in system.
Ball's passed by Littleman. He goes outside. Whoa, look at the jump on Littleman.
Finding the small seam between Devaney and Gregory. Littleman flying high and crushing that ball.
That's right. Flying high, looking for the seam. It's Littleman going back to serve, getting his first kill of the match. 7 serving 5. Looks like jump serve. No, it's not an ace, but Newbold gets it over the net in any case. Serjan Dasden blasting it in the middle is Drew Staker for point, going to the Arizona Sizzle as they lead going into our first technical time out, leading 8-5 over the Rising Tide in our NVA Professional Volleyball Bronze Medal Matchup Showcase. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, we got a special guest on the line here, courtside with me. We've got the upcoming NVA season for 2018. We're going to kick it off on the West Coast, hosted by Academy United January 27th and 28th. And the mastermind of all the NVA happenings, this rattling the United States here, is president of the NVA, Bill Lee. Bill, it's so great to have you online with us and putting on this great event. We've got a lot of questions from our fans who are just excited to have professional volleyball here in the United States.
Hi, Rob. It's happy to be here.
Well, you know, the players, fans, and people online, you know, you've really created quite an international, not even just national, an international stir. You know, what's going on, you know? Fill us in.
Well, I think it's been a long time to have this pro league in the United States. Everybody wanted to have one to play at home, and so I'm happy to do this for the first time, you know, in the United States.
Well, you know, just looking at some of the players that have been here and some of the people that are here just to watch, like, what are you sensing from what you can gather?
I think everybody's really excited, including myself. This is the first time ever, like, we have something so exciting and big here happening in the United States and the volleyball world. So we are really happy, just speechless.
Oh, definitely. Now, you know, obviously some of the questions are, so why did you decide to start doing the NBA?
Well, just kind of having that the last few years, having my own teams and everything, talking to a lot of volleyball players here in the United States. Everybody wanted to have one, want to play here at home. And so I just want to, you know, give that to the players here in the United States.
Right. Oh, excellent. Well, you know, obviously the stir was started by the announcement of having this showcase. Tell me what it's like to be able to plan this, and now that it's come to fruition and we're here already here in our bronze medal match, what kind of feelings and thoughts are you having?
That's a good question. I'm not sure how to describe how I feel. I think it's a mix of, you know, happy and nervous and I don't know. It's pretty crazy. So yeah, I'm just excited overall.
You know, well, just so you know, it's just the response we're getting from social media, on the web, even from the chat board, even as we speak, as we're watching online. A lot of people, you got a fan club now. And you know, a lot of people are grateful that you are doing this. You've taken the initiative to get this started and get these players going. Now, one of the things, the questions that keeps coming up is, so we conclude this showcase weekend, what are the plans from here on out? And we'll just start with that. As we dig our first ball, Bill Lee just got career high dig number one.
Right. All right, statistic 100%.
Substitution out of play now.
There you go. Well, the plan is actually we're going to start our first play in January, and we want to start in both coasts. You know, basically we're having different tournaments and different schedules, so we will announce that, you know, pretty soon on our website and our social media. So hopefully people can follow us and, you know, continue to support us.
So the West Coast location looks like it's ready. It's, at least from what I've seen so far, it's locked down with Academy United at their location in Northern California. And then the second location is at Team Pineapple's location in Angola, Indiana.
Correct. And we are looking to also go into Chicago and also Albany, New York, and Arizona, and Chicago. So we definitely have quite a few places to go this year. In 2000, actually not this year, in 2018.
Right.
So,
Now, how about, I know obviously there are Southern California fans. Are there any Southern California locations in the plans?
yeah, we will be hosting one event in Long Beach at the Pyramid, or yeah, for now that's what it is.
Now, eventually, obviously one of the questions that keeps coming up is this a one-time shot here? Is this a one and done, the one season and we're done?
No, we actually want to, we definitely not going to be one and done. We definitely aim for like a long term, and we are here to, from what I'm seeing right now, like from the crowd and for all the players, from all the supporters, from on social media, I think we will be, here for the long haul.
Excellent. That's good to hear because, you obviously got players like Marcus Nielsen here, an international volleyball superstar coming here. You have former Olympians and national team members and just collegiate standouts, and some people who aren't even collegiate standouts who flew under the radar. It's giving them a place to really showcase their skills, and they've shown nothing but great satisfaction and joy in being here. How does that make you feel as being the one that's initiated this movement here?
I feel really fortunate to actually have this kind of opportunity to have have this kind of high quality player from overseas to come here to join us on the first showcase ever for my league. And so, yeah, I'm just very grateful for all the people who surrounding me to come support me, domestically and also internationally.
Well, excellent. Well, I appreciate you taking time, as are with the fans that are online and watching, because we've had great viewership, and it's got to bring a smile to your face knowing that all these people have dialed in and crashed servers and everything just trying to watch this. So, again, I'm with President of the NVA, Bill Lee, who's taking a few moments to join us. He's running around trying to enjoy his own event, but he wants to make sure it goes perfect. So I get it. But it's a wonderful, and thank you for coming out and taking some time with us, and for our fans too that got to listen to you tell about your vision and plans for the NVA.
Thank you so much, Rob. It's my pleasure. We'll talk soon.
All right, take care, Bill. Well, that's Bill Lee, the president of the NVA, sharing a little bit of the future plans for the NVA in the 2018 season. Nothing but excitement, nothing but joy coming from not only here in the USA, but abroad. And that's not just pulling random data. That's from analytics that we're seeing online through their social media, on their websites, notes we've been receiving. And it's gone to anyone that's been involved here. They're getting messaged, they're getting contacted through their social media. What's going on? We want in. And it's just an exciting time for men's volleyball. So it can only take a few moments because he is still doing stuff in the background here. So we're able to just squeeze some space in between his tight responsibilities while running this event. So that was Bill Lee, president of the NVA, sharing the vision of the NVA in 2018. And we've got Dalton Airman back on the horn, and great interview with Bill Lee talking about the upcoming 2 locked-in dates and potential regions they're going to be going to have more of these professional men's volleyball events. He mentioned Chicago. He's mentioned Southern California. He's mentioned upstate New York, as well as Texas, I believe. I was just amazed that he's taking the time to really invest not only his time but his resources to ensure that we have a non-one and done men's professional volleyball league.
Yeah, it's really cool because you always hear people talking about wanting to start a professional league or just talking about the idea of it, and it's real neat to see Bill's actions defining who he is and starting this league and getting it off the ground. It's just so exciting to see this high-level volleyball, and with the success that we had with viewers and just how great this tournament has been, the future of this league is looking pretty promising.
Yeah, definitely. It's if you're a part of this, be it online or here in person, there's definitely an electricity here, an excitement and energy, and these players are grateful to have the opportunity to play and to showcase their talents here in this NVA Showcase. Can't believe I've used Showcase multiple times, but just titled the event, but it is a place where they can showcase their events. As we head into our second technical timeout with Rising Tide up 16-14. You've been focusing on interviewing Bill. I haven't really been paying attention to the play here, so hopefully you've been enjoying what's going on. But, you know, Rising Tide with a slight lead on Sizzle. Some of the guys that are really sticking out for me for Sizzle in the time that I've been able to watch is the insertion of Chris Littleman. Big jump on a not-so-big guy. So, but yeah, we're in our second technical timeout here in the NVA Professional Volleyball Showcase in our bronze medal match between Arizona Sizzle and the Rising Tide of Chesapeake and Washington, D.C. You know, we've got nothing but special guests here today, and we're trying to pay attention to the volleyball, but there's other good things around here. And one of the other good things comes in the form of a 6'8" middle blocker on a national team. He's kind of a good-looking guy.
Not bad looking. I mean, I pride myself sometimes on my handsomeness. I've been called delicious and a few other random
yes, that is
remarks.
David Lee, and you know, such a great personality on the U.S. men's national team and an international volleyball star. You know, if you follow him abroad, playing abroad in Russia, Brazil, Poland, I'm sure there's Turkeys in there.
There's Italy, Indonesia, Puerto Rico. I mean, there's been countless countries.
Yeah, he's just an awesome ambassador for the game. And even his time at Long Beach State, yes, he's in that from that school with the Illuminati, the bad people.
There's a lot of us.
There's a lot of them here, but you know, he's always been a great ambassador for the game of volleyball, not only on the local level and state, but nationally, internationally. You know, people look up to being a player like David Lee. So thanks, David, for taking some time here in our bronze medal match.
Yeah, I would love to hang out. I mean, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do here, if it's the play-by-play or you just want to chat.
We're going to chat, do play-by-play. We'll mix it in. We start seeing some stuff. We got a tight one here. So when we get closer to the 20s, we'll start paying attention to the match here. Yeah. But I know what fans have been asking is like, so what's the experience been like playing in a professional volleyball match here in the USA?
I'm just happy it's happened during my time as a player. I mean, I didn't think it would happen. I have maybe 2 or 3 years left, maybe 2 months left. I'm not really sure. But to be able to play here, it's been great. I mean, there's a lot of great, talented players, and it's great to see. I hope it takes off, and I hope it's something that is sustainable in the future. But it's kind of a grind. I mean, you play 6 matches in 3 days. I mean, it's a lot. We've made it to where we're at right now in this tournament because we have a young team of like talented young players. Right. The other guys don't have, I don't think, as many young players to choose from.
Well, the thing is, it's like even just your experience, your wisdom, and is such a crucial element to the development of these guys. And you are a great resource for the team, even if you're not on the court with them.
Yeah, I think that's what I've tried to bring more than anything, is just trying to give them some, tips here and there about how to deal with some difficult situations. I mean, they're obviously pretty inexperienced, but they're really eager to learn from, I think, the experienced players. We have myself, Paul Lotman, and Russell Holmes on the team, and I mean, we've given a lot of feedback to these guys, and they've taken it, and they've really, done well with what we've given them.
Well, I think it's funny that you'd say that. You know, I maybe got 2 months or 2 years. What happens if Lloyd Ball heard you say that?
I can't believe he's still doing it. The main reason why I came here is honestly to play against him and to beat him. And since I've accomplished that, I'm pretty much ready to call it quits. But I got one more in me. We're going to play a good team next match, and hopefully we can pull it off and win for the SoCal Blizzard.
Yeah, let's go back to last night, because I mean, really one of the most entertaining matches was your guys' match against Pineapple. Yeah. And in your pre-tournament press conferences, you guys have both said you'll be talking some serious trash across the net. Did that happen?
There's a fair amount. I mean, he said he was setting his middle like gaps off the net, and he's like, "That's D-Lee 08." And I was like, "Yeah, it's not D-Lee 2017." But I also said that he wouldn't get a dump on me, and he dumped at least 3 times. But there was one that was like a deep kind of, sissy dump. He didn't really jam anything. There was no big like Lloyd Ball slams. There's no Lloyd Ball 2008. But the fact that he's still doing it, I mean, he's really the ambassador of the sport that we need right now to continue to push this professional league. I mean, the fact that he's on the court at his age is astonishing. And if I'm on the court, like I said, another 2 months, that would be huge for me.
Now, as far as like playing, you got a couple matches under your belt, and it's been pretty competitive. I mean, has it been something that you expected?
Not really, but I'm really. I mean, I didn't know what the level would be like. Honestly, like the first day we had training with our team, it was like a serve and pass, some over the net pepper, pretty simple stuff. And I was like, man, we're not very good. The next day, these guys came out, and when they started to compete, they were like, these are good players, like high-level international players. So I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I've been pleasantly surprised. And I mean, if this is the level and the product that we can get in the U.S., then we're on a good path to have something here.
Well, we're going to direct our attention to the match because we got a 23-17 with Rising Tide leading. Based on playing Rising Tide earlier in the day, what are they doing right, and what do they need to do to continue to be successful here against the Sizzle?
This team is just really scrappy. I mean, they play a lot of defense.
Wow.
Wow, that's a big block.
Talk about that block there, David.
That's a D08 move right there. I'll jump on board. Yeah, I mean, they're a good team. Both these teams are, I mean, they're scrappy defensive teams. They have pretty good ball control. If Rising Tide wants to win, they're going to pass the ball, set their middle, and keep going to Irons. I mean, he's their big gun.
Yeah. See, Connor Doherty, middle for Sizzle. You got D-Lee giving you props. Look at Bryce Ewell, your fellow Beachy guy.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
He's killing it, man. He's on fire right now. He is on fire.
CJ Berg, who stepped in. This is what's crazy. So, obviously you come from a very highly reputable D1 program in Long Beach State. Berg, Arizona State University, no men's team there, all club.
I don't know how these guys stay in shape and are this good at volleyball without having like a program or some type of organized league to play in. I mean, where are these going to do an open gym? I'm not really sure, but they're good.
Wow. They're making a run here in our first set. This team does not die that easily, the Sizzle.
Yeah, I think, stuck in row one over there, Rising Tide. I feel like they keep trying to go back to Isaac Newell. He's been kind of their go-to guy, but it's not happening right now.
Yep, well, we're heading into a timeout. I guess head coach Daniel Davidson not liking what he's seeing, so he's going to stop the momentum on the Sizzle side. And while we got David Lee, we're going to ask him tons of questions. And, I see you guys online and can definitely throw some questions down on there, so feel free to ask me whatever you want. We got them for a little bit at least, from what I understand.
I'm
we had
here.
to warm up.
Yeah, I'm here.
So, as an undergrad, had an opportunity been there for you like this to play professionally in the USA, would you have taken it?
Yeah, especially my first few years. I mean, I was going overseas playing in Portugal and Indonesia. I mean, it wasn't for great money, and it wasn't a great league either. It was just kind of trying to get some exposure, get my name into out there in the international world. But if I had a chance to stay here, I would have stayed in a heartbeat. I'm one of the guys who does really enjoy going overseas. Like, I do like the travel side of it, but I mean, there's not many people that want to live that nomadic gypsy lifestyle like myself. So I would have definitely stayed. I hope that this takes off because we have so many talented players, and it can only do good things for the U.S. national team as well. I mean, to keep guys in the program.
Yeah, definitely.
23-21. We got a match here, huh?
That's right. Well, that's the thing with Sizzle. They came up with that big upset in the other quarterfinal. They were winless, 0-3, and then took out the Chicago Iceman team, who was 3-0 in their pool.
They're gamers, obviously.
That's right. Baby rattlesnakes.
Baby rattlesnakes. There it is. Isaac Newell with the side out. 24-21. Rising Tide going to set this up.
You could get going to radio. You got that voice, David.
Man, this is my first shot right here. I'm struggling.
I'm feeling you, baby. Come on. You could be a radio DJ. Those love song stations.
This is K-Jazz 106.7 with the kill.
Norton with a set out to the right side to Irons. He goes deep. Look at this little rally
I got a
going
little
on
patty
here.
cake here. Here we go. Wow. High hands. Good swing.
Panolio off the outside block. And Sizzle not wanting to roll over and die here in the first set.
And this is the first set, huh? And we're looking at 10 grand for the winner.
Is that what it is? I didn't know the
think
exact
so.
breakdown. It shows a 50 grand purse.
Yeah, there you go.
You win back that money you lost at the tables last night, huh, David?
I know. I actually got back to even last night. We've been doing a few team bets on black. We take our per diem money, put it all on black, and we had a few big wins.
It's good to have it in Vegas, but then it's not.
There's a lot of distraction here, but honestly, the guys have been really professional. I mean, it's been a really well-run tournament.
Yeah, so the Rising Tide takes the first set 25-22 in a tightly contested first set. Arizona Sizzle not wanting to just roll over and die, and they are dangerous as Cullen Irons gives a smile over here at the table. Oh, and TG13, the other Long Beach State alum. Great representation by 49ers here.
A lot of great 49ers. I don't know how we didn't pull some of these 49ers to our team. If they would have given me a little more notice, I would have put together almost all Long Beach program, Long Beach alumni program.
Long Beach State graduate team.
Yeah, man, that would have been TG13 would have been the man to have on the team or the middle.
Oh, and you got Yule too. Small and
so many good players at Long Beach.
oh, no kidding. Well, they made that run last year in the NCAAs, and Yule and Gregory, huge part of that.
Yeah, they're going to be good this year too. I mean, with DeFalco and their setter, I mean, they're looking
Yeah,
good.
Josh Tuaniga. I'm going to drop those names because those are some good guys on that team.
Yeah.
Al's done a really good job of bringing some new faces that are great personalities for the sport as well.
Yeah.
And you can't avoid Kyle Ensing, their opposite. He was a second-team All-American. See, Long Beach State's generating more and more studs.
Yeah, and I heard they brought in a Danish middle blocker who's really good as well.
I don't know his name, but I've been hearing it.
Yeah, we'll say something, Jonas.
Jonas. Well, you know what's cool about going to the Walter Pyramid is you go to the restroom, you see guys like Dave McKenzie on the wall, and you walk in and yourself.
You do.
Scotty Tuzinski on the big wall. I don't know how he got the big wall, and you didn't.
Yeah, there's quite the wall of fame. Actually, I still have I think there's a poster of me up there when I had long hair, and it's not flattering whatsoever.
Oh, we'll find that.
Yeah,
if someone finds it,
somewhere.
hashtag it.
The
NVA USA.
We had an international tournament there a few years ago, and the Brazilian national team was there, and they're like, dude, is that you? And I just looked away in shame. I was like, yeah, those were tough times.
Tough times. Couldn't afford a haircut.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, so as far as like the tournament here, though, you know, when you first got the call, what was your initial reaction?
Well, a few months ago, I was kind of planning on going overseas, and I thought I would have other options. So I wasn't really that on board with it. But I ended up actually having a knee surgery after playing a beach tournament, which I'll never do again. And I didn't know I'd be able to play, honestly. I didn't know if I could come back to the sport. And this is kind of like my introduction into the game again. And after last night, I'm actually really optimistic that I can continue to play for a few more years if the knee holds up. So the initial call was I'm going to be somewhere else. But afterwards, I was like, why wouldn't I be a part of this if I'm home and I'm around, help support it? I mean, I want to see it take off, and there's a lot of really good people behind it, so I think there's a real chance for a league to start here.
Well, it's exciting because, in speaking to other people, and you wouldn't know this unless you're actually in the press conference with us, but, these guys look up to you. They love what you've done for the game. They love what you've done for USA Volleyball, put them on the map, and they're like, oh, my gosh, I get to be in the same court as David Lee, and it's got to make you feel somewhat
Makes
good.
me feel great, man. My team's, I have the coolest team, too. Like, they accepted me right away. Like, I got them 2 weeks ago, and the guys were so cool. I mean, I'm honored to play with them because they're just such great people. But, I mean, I feel great to be, a role model to somebody and to show my face here and to try to help get more people involved in the sport. That's what I'm here for now.
Well, the inspiration, I'm going to let the cat out of the bag. I was talking to one of your other middles. I won't drop his name, but it's one of the other middles. He's like, Rob, man, I'm playing with David Lee.
That feels good.
Did he block you in practice? That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm worried. I mean, you put yourself here in a predicament because you give some of these young guns a chance to shut you down, which is never a fun thing. You want to keep the reputation alive of the unstoppable force in the middle.
Well, we've had some great stories already. I mean, even like Riley McKibben, when they played Pineapple, he goes, oh, yeah, I got Lloyd. Because he poked one by him.
That's what our setter right now, Cole. He's like, I'm 22 years old and I just beat Lloyd Ball. I'm like, then you got the opportunity of a lifetime right there. And not many people get to play in the same court as that man.
Gosh, it's hard to believe it's only 1-0. They've been going at it here for a little bit in our second set. I mean, it's 1-1 now. Or 2-0. So there's a few guys that have come to play here. Was there a certain person you look forward to playing against on one of the other squads?
100% Lloyd Ball. I mean, that was my main motivation was, can I beat this guy? As well as Marcus Nielsen, the big Swede. I mean, I played with him last year in Turkey. He's a guy I know well, and I felt like I could actually help my team get some good intel on him about how to block him. And I felt like we shut him down, kind of. I mean, he played it really well. I can't really shut down and serve. I mean, that's not a rule anymore where you can go block the serve. But, yeah, definitely Nielsen, Ball, and the fact that my buddy Armin Zarkarian's here. He's a good buddy.
Oh, yeah.
So there's also Bart right here in front of us. Yeah, I mean, there's definitely I feel like the Olympians are the guys I wanted to play with. I mean,
Right.
Lotman, Holmes, and Ball. Those are kind of my favorite guys.
Now, when you were playing abroad, did you have other Americans on some of the teams you were on?
When I played in Russia, I had Reed Pretty, which was great because he was already in the league for 2 years, and that was my first year in Russia. And your first experience in Russia can be a little bit cold, or it's not the
Cold,
easiest.
like temperature-wise, or cold with people?
In every which way you can possibly imagine, culture and weather. So it was good to have him on board just to kind of get my feet wet. So he was the first American I ever played with, and then I played with Jason Jablonski in Greece for a team called PAOK. 2 years back, and we actually won the championship.
Right?
Yeah, that's some of the most fun I've had was playing in Greece. You have these football clubs or whatever sport clubs that have basketball, football, handball, tennis, table tennis, like anything you can think of, volleyball teams as well. And these people will come out in full force to support their club. They don't know anything about volleyball, but you have 10,000 people in the stands with flares, beating drums. I mean, it's a really fun atmosphere to play in. And there's actually some talk that I might go back this year to PAOK, which would be a fun contract to take.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Just remember, USA is getting started. No.
Yeah, it depends, man.
Yeah. Well, the reason why I asked that about having other Americans is that what would it be like to actually stay home and play and have your support system, community, friends around you 24/7?
And we've talked about it for so many years, and we all were so envious of all the other players in the Italian league or in the Russian team that have their family and friends there, all the matches to support them. I mean, it's what I've always wanted and what we always talk about, but it's something that's just been out of touch or out of reach for so long.
Right. Well, it seems the club model, though, that's in Europe, I mean, that it looks like it's something that could prosper or not.
I think it's such an interesting system. Every country's kind of set up differently. I mean, some are based off tax incentives, some are based off gambling, some are based off, just municipalities basically having to represent sports teams. So, I mean, they all have different models. I don't think many of them, other than maybe the Polish league, really do well as far as a business model, which is sad to say.
Wow. Did not know that. So, yeah, learned something new on the experience. I just assumed.
I probably should have kept that quiet. Yeah.
Well, we're in our first second timeout. We'll finish up here. We'll talk a little bit more to David Lee about the experience, and we'll talk about some of the match and go back and forth from here on out. But we've got, I believe it is the Rising Tide. Oh, actually, we're just at a technical. So Rising Tide is up 8-3, I believe, here in our second set. First set, 25-22, going to Rising Tide. Now, you guys will be playing in the gold medal match, but interestingly enough, you did not win your pool.
We had a tough start. I mean, we had a really tough start. Our first day we played, I think, at noon and then at 3. And we went 5 sets in our first match, and we had a 30-minute turnaround to the second.
Oh, 1 and 2 in the pool.
Huh?
You guys are 1 and 2 in the pool, taking third in your pool.
Yeah, I mean, we did not want to match up against Team Pineapple. I mean, that was the one team we didn't want to play against. That or Academy we were going to play in the final. But at some point, you have to play all those teams, and it's going to be tough regardless. But we didn't have a very good start. But we brought on guys like Lotman. I got in the mix in the quarterfinal. So we have a lot of options. I mean, I think we have one of the deeper squads as far as players we can choose from. So we're still trying to figure out exactly what lineup's going to work and be I don't know, a lineup that can actually win this tournament.
Cullen Irons going back to serve for the Rising Tide. Former Gaucho, played in the 2011 NCAA Men's Volleyball Championships. Gaucho team, were you following back then when wherever you're at abroad?
I was not.
You were not, didn't?
No, I mean at that point, like you're so involved in your own league. I mean, maybe I follow Champions League, and that's about it.
Yeah, I got a lot. That's the thing with the talent that's in the tournament or in this entire showcase. There are so many first-team All-Americans and Conference League players that the college career ends and they're done. And it's such a sad thing to see that this talent just has nowhere to go.
It's a sad story. It really is. I mean, and it's really tough to break into those leagues and actually do well financially your first few years. If you don't have the national team backing, if you don't have a really good show with the national team as far as being a starter and being on that 12-man roster, which is a tough thing to do. It's really hard to break into a league and do well. So a lot of guys, after 2 or 3 years going overseas, they call it. They stay home, they start a family, they have a career. I mean, I would do it too. I was lucky enough in 2008 to win the gold, and from there my career was kind of set up. And that was 3 years after I graduated, so I definitely was lucky.
Well, that was a great run by that 2018.
Yeah, I've had a few nice conversations with Lloyd Ball about that tournament.
Because of you that they won it.
Yeah, I said, yeah, for sure because of him. He gives me the Russia match in the semifinal, where I think I went like stuff. I went stuff, kill, like maybe stuff. I honestly forget how I went, but I blocked the last ball for the match.
Right.
So he might give me some credit for the last 8 points of that game, but that's about it. The rest was all him.
So you still keep in touch with the same guys in that 2018?
A lot with Scott Tuzinski because we've been close and we kind of went to school together as well.
Were you guys in the same years? Yeah, I didn't
We
realize
were.
you were. Oh,
we
wow.
came in together, yeah. That was kind of one of the main reasons I went to Long Beach, because they had such a good recruiting class. And I thought I could actually win my first year there and my last, because we came in with McKenzie and Polster and Matt Prosser being seniors. And then we'd finish with myself, Scotty T, and another guy named Jeff Wooten, who were really good players at the time. But it never happened. We lost in the final against BYU in 5-19-17. I actually think Scott Tuzinski hit the ball into the antenna to lose that match. So, it's something he'll never forget. And I'll never let him forget it.
And now it's on video forever.
Yeah, it's archived somewhere.
We got TG13, a legacy to the David Lee middle blocker at Long Beach State. That's Taylor Gregory serving. And another Long Beach State attacker in Sir John Adasden. He's a big boy.
That guy, he's good, man. He's really good. I got to play with him in our last alumni match, and he really impressed me. He's like, I can play any position. Put me on the outside, the oppo. I'll play middle. He's like, I can do it all.
So you're like, can you play middle? Because I can do oppo.
Yeah. I think I was coaching that game. And we lost 3-0, which was not a good start to my coaching career.
Well, you've definitely influenced the game, and a lot of these guys, I love the fact that you're here. And, even just the chatter through social media, they're excited, like, oh my gosh, David Lee's, look at that block. Brian Lewis.
Maybe not the best wing by Isaac Newell there, like a dying trap set. He just hit it low seam. I like him going for it, though. You get your money's worth.
See, I love all these characterizations, the dying trap set.
Yeah. I don't know if that lingo even works.
Oh, but it just sounds cool.
The dying trap set, yeah.
It's like the bad football throw, the wounded duck.
Yes, there you go. Great swing.
So you even have like some undersized middles here who are super athletic. How's it like playing against guys like that? Because, you're obviously one of the larger middles.
I'm a larger middle in the U.S., but I feel like I was always undersized in the international game. I was in Russia. I was always a small guy, man. I got the guys that are 7'1", 7'3", 7'4". I felt like the little guy. But some of the best middles in the world right now. The guy Saeed from Iran, he's 6'6", and he's
is it? Wow.
He's the guy to watch, man. His blocking moves are incredible. There's another guy from Argentina, Sebastian Solé, also a 6'7", 6'8" guy. These undersized guys can move well laterally. They can do a lot.
Look at this here. I got a question for you, man. Here you go, David. Greg Petty. You may know him.
I know Greg Petty.
He's asking, so where will D. Lee play next? We know he's not done.
I don't think I'm done. I'm a bit of a mercenary. I feel like I kind of go to the highest bidder. So if Lloyd Ball sticks around and plays for Team Pineapple, I would love to give that a run. Oh, no. He just pulled up some really great photos on Facebook. Right. Look how cool that guy is.
There's some good stuff here. I'm pretty sure that's Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah, or Kramer combined.
All right, who sent that? We got to give you mad props. Let's go on the NBA feed.
Yeah, please put that online.
Yasmin, you've been so rock solid. You've been watching all the matches. I'm pretty certain that you're probably starving, and we probably need to send you food through like Uber or DoorDash because you've been watching all the matches. But it's been fun. I don't blame you. It's been good stuff here. It's Vinny Devaney on the bump set to Matt Olson. What's great about the representation of players in this league is where they've all come from. Olson is a Harvard kid. EIVA, yeah. So, everyone questions, only talents in Hawaii and California. And I think you actually would know the best.
I feel like there's so many players. There's these random little hot spots all over the U.S. that you find great players. I feel like the Milwaukee. I feel like out of Chicago.
Yep.
There's a lot of great players all over the place. I mean, a lot of kids coming out of New York right now, too.
Yeah.
Penn State always puts together great programs. It's not just a West Coast thing, although you do see Hawaii kind of dominating just recently.
Yeah.
But that's kind of been a trend for a long time. But I think you're finding much more talented players all over the place because the sport is growing.
Oh,
at a slow
definitely.
pace.
Well, you know, obviously the Norris Showcase just happened. That was late September, early October, and one of the teams that has definitely improved over recent years is Canada.
Yeah.
And I mean, if a American league starts up, I could see Canadians coming down.
With ease. I mean, I've had so many players reach out to me from Greece to Italy, from Sweden. I mean, there's so many guys that would love to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I think it would be really easy to attract guys here and make something that could be one of the better professional leagues in the world.
Yeah.
Just because of the location. I mean, who doesn't want to come to the States? You
Yeah,
can play on
well,
the West Coast. I mean, that's a
Marcus
dream.
Nielsen's already bragged about staying at your place.
Yeah, man, come on. That's where he used to play in Russia. He played in Russia for 5 years. He'd play in Russia and come right back to California, live in Hermosa Beach in the South Bay for 3 months and go back play in Russia. That was like his go-to thing. So when he got the chance to come out here, go to Vegas, and then we're actually going to stay together next week in Hermosa, he jumped on board and he's like, let's do it. So I think there's so many talented guys that would love to come here, and I think would be the NBA of volleyball leagues if we could get the backing and the support.
Yes, definitely. Oh, that ball just missed a little bit long. You have to go to video challenge on that one.
It's
That was
kind
close.
of a blowout right now, huh?
Yeah, because Sizzle has been the hot. Well, kind of weird. Sizzle has been the hot team, but Rising Tide with the big changes to their roster. They got Brandon Directo and Isaac Newble on their roster yesterday. They had some other commitments before coming out, and it changed the whole makeup of their team.
Yeah.
But Sizzle too, they heated up, and
I feel like they've been the big surprise, huh? Like no one expected them to make it past that quarterfinal match, and they won 3-0.
yeah. Well, it was a heated battle, from what I understand. And yeah, I wish you could find that video, but I heard that it got really chippy early, is the quote. But they just wanted to win. That's all it came down to. I think there's some old collegiate rivalries going on.
Yeah, they like to battle, and they have good middles too. I mean, if they can get their passing dialed in, I mean, they can run middle all day on Rising Tide. Maybe not on Taylor Gregory, but. You know.
So in our play here, it's 18-10, and Dave pointed out that it's a pretty big lead here for Rising Tide. Littleman with a good swing, but a dig by Norton.
We got Taylor Gregory grabbing the knee, the fake injury.
That's what I love, this insight.
Middle has to come down, turn off the net, and pick that up.
So speaking of playing defense off of balls, what really impressed me was Loy last night. He got down dirty 3 consecutive times in the same rally to play defense. He like scrapped up and dug balls.
He was running, man. He was on his horse all night. Actually, I tried to tip a push set at him, like a short push set, and he picked it up with ease. I actually screamed out like mid-play, I'm like, "Come on, old man!" And he easily just dug it up. So, I mean, he's still got it in him, which is amazing and great for our sport.
He just loves playing the game, and that's so apparent. And being like a mentor, watching him interact with the other teammates on the court, it's like, obviously they respect him, but you can see he's such a good teacher too.
Yeah. I mean, he's great in that role as being like a team leader, team captain, like you said, a mentor for younger generations.
Well, you may think you're not doing it with these Blizzard guys, but they're just highly respectful of the fact that
yeah.
they're like, whoa, we're learning so much. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I feel like I just kind of got on this team, and I'm giving them a lot of info, and I don't know if I don't want to overstep my bounds, but I mean, I want to be respectful of what they've created already as a team.
Well,
I'm trying to give as much input as I can.
You've got the hardware, you got the experience, and you definitely got game.
Why, thanks, Rob.
But you won't make our 6-2 and under team, our
I will
tournament
not.
team.
I'm just trying to survive for Loy's 40 and over team. That's my next step.
Look at that set by
a nice
Devaney.
play.
Oh, and that was are you going to give props to the setter or to the middle block from Long Beach State?
I just love the short tip out of the middle. I mean, I never had that shot. I wanted to get on the ball fast, and it was a bad set. I'm getting blocked. I'm not tipping.
Got to hold a few balls last night. There's some great competition out of that match with Pineapple.
Yeah, I got my first big swing. I mean, I haven't played in a while. My first big swing, got a little high And I think that kind of set up my a little bit of I don't know, a reason for the other middle to commit the rest of the night. So I told my setter, I said, man, don't give me any more balls. Like, I'll bounce that first one. He'll jump all night, set the pins, get him one-on-one, get him one-on-none. Just let them bounce and win this game.
Only experience will give you that kind of wisdom, David.
Yeah.
But that's interesting you say that because, you know, one of the things that Dalton and I recognize is Loy and Team Pineapple, they have really good middles.
Yes. And Loy's not a guy, he's not afraid to throw it in from off the net. I mean, he'll throw gaps in all day from 10 feet, from 11 feet. I mean, that's a risky play, but that's his style. He used to do his T all the time. I'm like, this isn't the time to set me. He's like, I don't care, you're getting the ball anyways. But it keeps the opponent middle honest and keeps him in. I mean, he's a smart player. He had a pretty good game plan.
Well, that was, we think they had the best middles in the tournament so far, outside of you.
Thank you, but I mean, that's not true. Those guys are good.
Well, so because they were so they're fast, athletic, they had quick jumps, and they read the game really well. So I'm talking about Matt Lesky, who's wearing number 5 for Pineapple, and Kevin Owens, who's number 9.
Yeah, he was really good.
We're going, if anyone stood the best chance against you and Russ, it would be them.
Yeah, Russ played amazing last night. I mean, that was such an incredible performance.
Yeah.
But yeah, Russ did a good job kind of controlling them. I mean, they pass really well. I mean, that's their best attribute, I think, is they pass the ball really well, and they have a really strong service game. And I think that first contact in volleyball is so crucial to your success. And to have a setter like that with good reception, it's a hard team to beat. I mean, we were down in almost every set and came back.
Yeah.
I mean, it was beyond me the fact that we won.
Just saw Isaac Newbold take a blast, cross-court blast that couldn't be handled by Serjan Dasden. As Taylor Gregory goes back to serve, where it's 23-14.
Nice
as
serve.
tied.
Ooh, just out.
Yeah, there's quite a bit of chatter from the Blizzard bench last night on the officiating crew. Care to comment on that?
Yeah, I think we were just kind of begging. We were kind of pull the old Italian style where if it's not going your way, you just start, hey, Mamma Mia, come on, give me a call already. So we were just begging here and there because we were down. But actually, we got lucky late in that fourth set where actually the line judges were overturned by the upper ref. So we had a few calls go our way. And we had a few roof bounces go our way as well, which kind of saved us.
Well, that's like obviously part of the strategy. We were commenting on that, like, oh, this is a stall technique. But that only comes from experience.
Yeah, I don't know how many times I screamed out, like, hit something, or you mean as far as the officiating, that's also a stall technique. I don't know if you saw our setter go down, like he seriously barely ran into the post, falls down, holds his leg for about 15 seconds. Like, you belong in Euro soccer right now, or football. But it worked. It's a great way to slow down the game.
16 serving to set point number 2. Big swing in the middle by Stewart, and that closes our second set as Rising Tide goes up 2-0, taking the first 25-22 and the second 25-16. So let's look at some of our players here. You know, any surprises for you here in this match? What we've seen so far?
Not really. I mean,
standout players. How about that?
I think I don't know. I'm a big fan of Serge. Obviously, they're losing right now 0-2, but I think he's the one guy trying to keep his team alive. But really, I think I heard my name there. I think
they must have got that Twitter picture.
I think the setting from Rising Tide is what's kind of keeping him around. He's had a really good match.
Yeah.
Their setters, I think, the key to their success in this tournament.
Yeah.
What about you? You got any favorites?
Yeah, I'm a crowd favorite of Vinny Devaney. He's the setter for Rising Tide.
Okay.
You know, he's just been one of the most consistent players all around. And, you know, he's a smaller setter, but he's blocking well, for one. But, two, the offense that he's running, it's super entertaining.
Yeah, he's got a lot of skill.
Yeah.
And the fact that he feeds the middle makes me, happy to watch.
Yeah. Well, you know, so his collegiate team, the Gauchos of 2011, if I got that year right, but he had Cullen Irons on his team. I think he played with or against Jeff Menzel, too.
Yeah, with him, with the national team.
He was, there's pictures of him hitting balls. His contact point is above the pin.
Yeah.
He was a beast.
Jeff Menzel jumps really high, and he can hammer some balls.
Yeah.
But it's hard sometimes to control that athleticism. Like, how do you cage that, that wild aggression? It's like,
yeah, David Lee, that's the way you control it.
Yeah, I think so. I call it like controlled rage is how I like to play. There's definitely a tipping point where you start to go like, a little too aggressive, and then you start making stupid mistakes or errors. And I think every player has to kind of figure out what that, I don't know, aggression level is, like how aggressive to be until it starts to affect your play in a negative way. I mean, I started off my career in Long Beach State where I was a guy who loved to talk through the net all the time. I was talking trash nonstop, and I remember Alan came to me in my sophomore year. He's like, dude, what are you doing? He's like, this isn't helping you. It's taking a ton of energy from you. You're just yelling at people. Just like play your game, like give that energy back to your team. So it's been a work in progress, and I still think about how to, be a better player.
Yeah. Well, even just hearing the term, and the chatter has been good, but it's been playful chatter.
Yeah, in these tournaments, it's really playful. I don't know about the final today, but for the most part, it's a pretty friendly crew. And I haven't played against most of these guys. I don't know what some of the histories are, but I mean, there's obviously some guys that might get into it. I'm sure the next match with Crab and McKibben, they're going to be talking trash. So we'll see how our guys handle it.
Non-stop.
Yeah. And I'm sure Lauman's not going to back down. He loves that kind of fight. Russ is going to be cool because he's just always on his game. If I'm in the mix, I don't know what's going to happen. Hopefully, I'm actually looking for Ryan Meehan to kind of take over and step up. And if he's in the game, he'll be talking some trash to those guys.
Let's go back to the international experience. The first time I really got involved in international volleyball because the players, the other teams just don't come here until World League started. And my first year on World League was 2008, I believe. And I remember the second stop was in Wichita, Kansas, where we played Russia there. And I remember walking in with you, and you knew a bunch of the Russian players, and you were looking up to them to talk to them, physically. And I was blown away.
It is so intimidating to look up to someone. I mean, everyone does that to me, so I don't. I mean, Dmitry Muzersky, 7'4". The guy is a beast. Like, you're seriously staring up at him. Like, man, I feel really strange right now. I mean, those guys are huge. It's just a different level of player, and I don't think we have any guys that size in the U.S. that have made a big contribution to the national team. I think our guys are now maybe 6'10" is the biggest guy we have. But they have some guys that are really athletic for their size.
Well, so there's a couple guys that came through. I remember, if you remember Jack Ratajczak, he played at Northridge.
Jackson.
He was 7 foot.
Yeah, Jack's a 7-footer.
We got another one coming up. The only reason I know this is because he plays at UC Irvine. Scott Static is a 7-footer.
I just played against him in a beach tournament.
Really?
Yeah, so I played the CBVA tournament in Huntington about 2 months ago, and that was my first match of the day, and he actually beat me. That was the only pool play match we lost. So I'll give him some props right there. I was a little nervous. It was my first beach tournament ever. I made a few mistakes. But, yeah, he's a big guy. He's athletic, too.
So a little dabbling in the beach, keeping in shape. Well, actually, you said you got injured, if I remember.
Yeah, that's what actually prompted this knee surgery, was the beach. I just feel like the instability of sand is not good for me sometimes. I miss that solid surface. For the joints, beach is the way to go, hands down. I just wasn't ready for it. I jumped in 2 days of training and then played a tournament. I just wasn't very smart about how I got into it. I love the idea of it. My first 2 days of training, I'm like, man, I'm a beach guy now. I'm totally in.
You're ready to take on Doherty and
yeah, not yet. But I mean, I love the game. It'd be fun to do, but I just think I'm getting into it kind of late. Reed Pretty's a great example of a guy who's doing it right. I mean, he's trying to make that transition, expedited as fast as possible by surrounding himself with some of the greatest people in the game.
Right.
And he has some experience, I think, before where he was playing when he was younger, so he has kind of an edge on some of the indoor guys. But I think at 35, trying to get into the beach game is a stretch of the imagination.
Well, according to Loy, you still got 10 more years of game in you.
Yeah, Loy's we're playing next. Lloyd's a different example. I mean, he's a setter. He didn't have to do quite as much work as far as the physical side of it. I mean, the middle's your workload. That guy jumps so much. All the lateral movement, landing on one foot. It's a tough job. Longevity isn't our strength in the middle. I mean, the 35-year-old middle is kind of a unicorn.
A unicorn. I like that.
Yeah.
I like the analogies. Connects with our listeners and viewers.
Yeah, there you go. I think in the last Olympics, it was myself and Emanuele Birarelli from Italy, and we were both 34, and we were the oldest middles in the tournament. But there's not many guys that get past 35 and stay in the Olympics playing middle.
Well, when they were talking and watching the broadcast, what? David Lee's not going to retire, and then sure enough, this could be my last one.
David Lee was not going to retire until he had this injury, but now he's not going to retire. He had one good match against Pineapple. He's ready to go. He's back, better than ever.
We're in our first technical timeout with Rising Tide. Tide leading the Sizzle 8-1.
8-1. Looks like a 3-0 beatdown. I think they might have heard me because we were right next to him. Keep going, guys.
Well, I've got
Don't worry,
protection. You're a big dude. I'm
He'll
safe.
be fine. Throwing chairs over there. It's not going to happen. On that note, Rob, I'm going to take off. We're playing next.
All
Wish
right,
you
hey.
luck.
Hey, good luck, David. Thanks for spending time. And you know what? People are excited to have you on here because you're such a great ambassador for the sport. I only see this thing going up from here. And hopefully you're playing, but if not, you definitely can still speak into the game because people love and respect you.
Yeah, I'm excited to be here, excited to be a part of the process, and I hope I stick around as a player, but if not, I'll be involved in some capacity.
But I do have to add before you leave, funniest moment of the evening last night, Dalton Airman caught Cole Fears going up on the block with you, and he fell into you, and you caught him, and Dalton Airman goes, you know what, Cole Fears fell into the arms of David Lee, and that's just I think that's what caused that net. And I go, you know what, there are plenty of ladies who'd love to fall into the arms of David Lee.
Bring him on. Cole's not my guy. He's not my type.
All right.
Rob,
All right,
have
good
a
luck.
night.
Thank you, man. Good to see you.
Bye-bye.
All right, that was former national team member David Lee on the horn here, courtside in our NVA Pro Volleyball Showcase bronze medal match. It's such a great honor to talk to him, and he's such a great guy. And like I said, he's so good for the sport. He's a probably role model middle blocker. You know, a lot of the guys here, you know, they were just in awe of being able to play alongside him and play against him. And you know, he's from day one of me being able to speak with him, you go playing in international matches, he's always been such a great ambassador for the other countries' competitors, and just a super great person. So shout out to David Lee, who'll be playing in our gold medal match between Blizzard and Academy United, as we watch Colin Iron just unleash one at the right side. And we got Dalton Airman back after chowing at least 8 sandwiches.
When you're working as hard as we are, you work up an appetite, Rob.
Oh, I get it, man. I'm trying to get a bite in here and there. But Dalton Airman doing a great job on the color commentary. I mean, learned so much just from his insight to the game. Has a huge passion for volleyball and love to see this come to fruition. This pro volleyball league. Actually, it has come to fruition. It's a matter of maintaining at this point, and that means building supporters. And the way that you build supporters is get the word out there. It just show that there is an interest. That's easy. That doesn't cost you anything. It costs you just following on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, following the information on the NVAUSA.com website. You know, that's where you get started. We need to be able to make a case to show, you know what, there is a market for men's volleyball leagues. And, you know, based on what we see here, the discussions with the players, their families, even the online chatter on the chat boards, messages that not only me, but the players, more importantly, have been receiving. They're in. They love the idea of this pro league, and I know it's been discussed before and it's been tried before, but everything from what we can gather, we've got the backing for this, and this is the right time. So, and Dalton, feel free to chime in at any time. It's been great matches all day.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure if you are watching and tuned in, make sure if you have Instagram, Exchangegram, Facebook, MySpace, Twitter, Tweeter, you are making those posts and sharing the links with the hashtag NVAUSA, hashtag Let Action Define You. This weekend has been full of action-packed and high-level volleyball. Can't wait for the finals after this third-place match.
Well, this is for the bronze medal. This is a bronze medal match, and Arizona Sizzle had a hot run, but it looks like they've kind of faded here because of rising tide. Strong team. You know, look at the names that are, or the players that are on their side of the court, and you know, since the addition of the 2 players, Brandon Directo and Isaac Newble, it has just changed the entire appearance of the team. Are you pausing on something here? I believe, are we missing R2 or we got a bad rotation here? I can't see where the R2's at right now.
Slight delay here at the NBA.
12 serving to 4. That's Colin Irons serving back there. Oh, there we go. We got our second referee, Alvin Dong, speaking to the official scorekeeper.
Returning action, DJ Nelson, serving for the Sizzle.
Sizzle here are going to have to start making some moves and get some momentum, hopefully, if they want to stay alive in this match and force a 4th set.
Yeah, DJ Nelson steps back to serve for Sizzle. Nelson didn't see a lot of playing time during this match, but, you know, they've been flipping a few lineups, and I think they just kind of run out of juice. And it is the format, especially with the level placement going on, you're going to get tired. You can't sustain big blast like Cullen Irons. Nelson in pursuit, but it goes up into the stands.
Irons is on a mission right now, absolutely unconscious, swinging at everything.
Cullen Irons giving a look over to McKay Smith, our public address announcer and host. He's like, I'm unconscious. I wouldn't be able to hit that ball if I was unconscious. Nadasdin with a hand pass, outside set attack by, oh, we got the bend over defense by TG13. Didn't work though.
So not only are we having an exchange of some playful banter across the net, but even our live PA announcer is getting it in as well.
You know what though, but that's just the spirit of volleyball. And I think if other countries could get into the same thing, it'd make it that much more interesting.
Yeah, for sure.
What happened there? I was looking down when that occurred.
It's CJ Berg with a trickle over ace, and then doing a little high step celebration afterwards.
Berg back to serve once again. 6 looking at 13. Good pass by Norton to Devaney, and TG13 dropping it like it's hot.
Surgeon trying to help out on the middle block there, but leaves a pretty big open seam, and TG has a clear path for that swing.
And TG13 is Taylor Gregory, Long Beach State middle blocker last year. May have seen him in the NCAA Final Four in men's volleyball. Jump serve goes long, 7 serving to 14. Drew Staker going back to serve. Just a cool name, Staker.
Staker.
Yeah, he's a good middle blocker for Cal State Northridge and Matadors. I wonder if I got to jostle my memory. I don't know if Isaac Newell and Staker had crossed paths at Northridge.
I don't think so. I think Nibble is a little bit older. Staker is more around my age. I know I played against him when he was there at Northridge.
15 serving to 7 here in our third set, and that's Vinny Devaney back to serve. Good float serve down the line. Look at that. Hard to handle by Nadazin, but he recovers. Left hand tip into Irons, who clamps down on it, but it's picked up by the Sizzle. Look at that dig by Norton. Irons rolls it, Nadazin there, but pick it up by Irons. Look at Newell using and abusing the outside block.
Covered by Cullen Irons. Can someone get that man a hat already? That'll take us
6'9" Irons laying out on defense. 16 serving sevens. We head into our second technical timeout with the Rising Tide up 2-0 and looking like they've got pretty good control of this match.
Yeah, just an amazing cover from Irons on this play, covering himself and laying out on the floor, giving Newell a chance to put that ball away and use the block.
Well, usually most blockers can catch that windup of Newell. He was not even considering hitting it in play anywhere.
That's right.
He's looking for the dummy, the decoy out there, or the mannequin block. And that's our MC host PA guy, Mark Sherman, who's playing with the iPad, trying to steal it from that little kid. What's up with that, Mark? Yeah, Mark is a great guy. Have a good time at all the beach events he works and all the events he works at the local university. Don't want to drop names, but 4 letters, it's in Los Angeles. I think you can figure that out.
UCL of A. Classic Bruins.
But you'll see him around on the beach volleyball tours and doing some other random stuff like the longest drive on TV. Yeah, he's quite the personality these days. Service by Devaney again, floats a good serve. Nadazin gets a good pass on. Nadazin swings away. That's up and over Stewart. Yeah, Nadazin really wants to win this, and you know he's super passionate. And D. Lee actually referred to us like, hey, Nadazin, don't gotta throw the chairs down. So I came back to a previous timeout.
Well, I'll tell you what, playing with Serge in college, there's 2 things that Sergeon likes, and it's music and volleyball. You want to talk to him about either one, he will talk your ear off all day long because he loves both of them passionately.
Knocking down the overpass is Connor Doherty. He gets a freebie up top. No defender decided to go up because they had wasted their jump on the previous play and didn't want to get back to the middle. 9 serving to 16. Going back to serve is Tanner Maxwell. There's something going on the floor that I missed, but we're all settled now, so we're good to go. 9 serving 16. Maxwell goes cross court, pass by Newble. Devaney, beautiful set. Oh, misses just wide and just long both directions. Literally, you can see the ball imprint. The desert dust is blown in here, but there are ball prints in here now. We need to do a little better job of wiping, apparently.
Yeah, apparently the mops have more dust on them, spreading it out on the court.
Tanner Maxwell back to serve again. 10 looking at 16. Oh, look at that hit by Stewart. That looked wide, but it's called in. But we'll trust the Lions official.
Swing just catching the
Patches O'Houlihan is his name.
substitution in the game.
We got a dodgeball reference again.
Getting crushed by 2 tons of Hallmark irony.
Substitution back in. Vincent Zanzucci for Tanner Maxwell. Oh, looks like he's coming to set. He's got an arm, though. Why would you want Zanzucci hitting?
Interesting move here. We'll have to see how this works out for the Sizzle.
Hand pass by Nadazin. Back set to Nadazin. Off the block. Dug by Newble. Devaney back to Irons. No shocker there. With the end line, love is Cullen Irons. CI.
Cullen Irons has had a really solid tournament. Just been a solid offensive force. Just being really consistent from both the front and back row, and also bringing some serious heat from the service line.
13 kills. 13 points off 13 kills. That's Irons for you. Stewart with a clamp down up top. Jones with a hand pass. Devaney out to Jones. Scorches it off the net and down. 19 serving to 10.
Matt Jones with a hanging kill. Isaac served 19-10.
19 serving to 10 as that silky smooth voice of McKay Smith echoes through the building. DJ Nelson blocked at the outside by Irons, setting the middle to Doherty. Dug by Norton. Big swing at the outside by Jones. Nadazin with a return package, FedEx style.
Set coming from across the court gives Nadazin a nice long time to set up that block all the way out onside the antenna. He makes a nice move low and across the net. And gives Matt Jones nowhere to go.
I think Matt Jones is asking for it again. He wants another shot. Ball's passed by Dyson Norton out, actually to the middle. Shoots at Stewart, who drills it off the libero, Micah Steiner. 20 serving 11, Rising Tide serving 2, Sizzle. Ball's passed by Nadazin, high set outside. Big swing by CJ Berg. Go ahead.
Sorry, CJ Berg coming a little early on that set, but still able to hang and bang it off the block out of bounds for a point. Played at ASU, so it must have been for the club team, I'm assuming, but also a native from Glenview, Illinois.
Oh, we got a substitution. We got Bart Kowalski now in, setting for Rising Tide. Vince Devaney hanging him up, apparently. My cousin Vinny, no longer in the lineup. Bart Kowalski stands at 6 foot. Also a Gaucho, former Gaucho. First set to TG13 is blocked as it falls out of play. And a bonus for sitting front row, Matt Olson laying in your lap.
That's the kind of action you get when you sit in the courtside seats here at NVA.
13 serving the 20, going back to serve Connor Doherty.
Sizzle serving 13-20.
Jump float delivered by Doherty off the tape, passed by Directa. Kowalski sets out to Jones. Ball's tipped by the block, but barely. Zanzucci with a set outside to Berg, and he splits the block, and that's a big block he's splitting of Irons and TG13.
That is just barely a small enough seam in order for CJ Berg to squeeze it through that block. So apparently Zanzucci is just a role player. They just throw him in whatever position they need him to go in, and he's not doing a bad job here setting.
Well, he's going to make my my 6'2" to all my less than 6'2" all tournament team.
That's
for
right,
sure.
That's right. Of course, as soon as I say that, he gets called for a double on that set.
Okay, I'm knocking him off my team. That's how quickly we change here in the NVA.
Have him on a very short leash.
Yeah. Dazzin passes to Zanzucci. In the middle is Drew Staker.
Middle connection,
Drew Staker, the playmaker. Yeah, he's got a good name for that kind of stuff, for alliteration and euphemisms.
Yeah.
I like that.
I think you're starting to become a little fan of the.
I'm a big fan of Arizona because we got Dan McDonald from Arizona. Yeah, Tyler Hildebrand, also from Arizona. We got some good ballers coming from the great state of Arizona.
That's right.
See if they're even listening on the line here. See if they comment, because I just gave them mad props. And I do keep in touch with DMC, Dan McDonald, who is playing professionally in France, or actually Poland this year. Here it comes over towards us. That's, I think it was Olsen that hit it. But yeah, Dan McDonald goes over to France, plays for Chaumont, wins the French Cup and Championship.
Yeah, it's a pretty high-level league over there in France too. They love their volleyball over there.
And because he played so well there, he picked up a contract over in Poland this year. But I also know that with this the potential of American League, and with him being engaged, he would love to be here, which the American League would be a perfect recipe.
Yeah, I know a lot of players would definitely be interested in playing in the American League versus going overseas to Europe. The question is are we going to be able to make, a decent amount of money playing over here compared to what they would do over in Europe?
Got a match point going on here, but avoiding the closing of the match is CJ Berg blasting off the big triple block. And the thing is, all three of the Rising Tide blockers just waiting at left side right now. Berg goes back to serve. We got match point number 2, serving to 16. Standing float serve, interesting. Taylor Gregory, tip, dig by Nelson. Nadazin has to set it into play, and TG13 closes out the set with a soft tip as the Rising Tide get the prize purse, winning the bronze medal match by defeating Arizona Sizzle 3-0, 25-22, 25-16, and 25-16. Any thoughts, Dalton, before we go to our courtside reporter, Mark Mitrakos?
It's been a pretty long tournament. It seems like Sizzle might have ran out of gas a little bit in that bronze medal match. It's going to be interesting to see how these Academy United and Blizzard look compared to these guys in the finals coming up here pretty soon. But overall, a pretty good match and tournament from Serjan Nadazin and Vince Zanzucci from Team Sizzle. And then Colin Irons and Vinny Devaney really leading the way, the Gaucho way, with the Chesapeake Rising Tide team.
The Gaucho way. That sounds kind of like dramatic. Oh my goodness. But yeah, we are waiting for our courtside reporter to show up to find out who our player of the match is going to be. And look at that, the crowd liking the Arizona Sizzle and the Rising Tide's effort here. And you gotta love the fact that there's such a desire to see this do well, this league to take off. We're looking here. We got our other color man, Paul Munoz, roaming the scene. We've got our gold medal matchup coming up, and it's the head-to-head matchup of Blizzard of Orange County, Southern California, against this pretty powerful team of Academy United from NorCal.
And we saw a pretty high-level match last night of Blizzard versus Team Pineapple, led by Lloyd Ball. And that was one heck of a battle. I'm assuming that we're going to see the same high level, if not even better, here right now in this gold medal match for the big prize of $50,000. Assuming that players are really going to be stepping their game up in order to get that purse.
Well, you heard Riley McKibben and Taylor Crabb in our earlier interviews. They're in. Doesn't hurt to have a little extra money in your pocket.
That's right.
And then, of course, Dee Lee coming on the mic as well, saying, yeah, I came to play Pineapple, beat them. We were hoping it would have been in the finals, but, you know, they did beat them, but now they're still in the finals. They have a chance to put some extra cash in their pockets.
That's right. It's going to be fun to watch him and Russell Holmes really go at it here in this final match.
You know, they got Riley McKibben kicking it in front of us. He's got an East Bay t-shirt on. I don't think East Bay is anywhere near Hawaii. We're going to Mark Petracos with our player of the match.
Tyson Norton from Team Rising Tide. First libero ever to get the player of the game's hat right here. Really stoked about it.
Thank you so much.
Congratulations on winning the third place match right there, coming away with $10,000 at the end of the day. Not a bad way to end the tournament.
Yeah, we're super excited. Our team came together the last few days. Isaac Newble came on Saturday, really got us together. Can't give enough credit to our setter, Vince Vaney. He's a stud, one of the best setters in this tournament. Cullen irons this match was unbelievable. I probably should be wearing this hat, but he already had one, so let's give it to Libero. Totally appreciate it.
So what does it mean to you to get player of the match, especially first inaugural tournament for the NVA, being here with all your friends, being here with Olympians? What does that mean for you?
I'm just happy I'm able to play again. That's a great honor. Just being able to find the groove again. Playing defense around big block, that's what we're used to, so I'm just honored and I'm really excited.
What do you think the key was to being so successful for this tournament for your team specifically?
Our setting, or actually ball control, and then helping Vince out. Isaac Newble and Matt and myself, I think we really held down service pretty well, helping our offense flow, and then trying to get up digs around that block. But just being a team, being united, and creating that synergy.
Awesome. Well, congrats again.
Thank you so
Go
much.
celebrate with your boys, and we'll see you guys later on.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Mark, and congratulations to Tyson Norton. You had some family watching online. I believe it was your little bro who couldn't be more stoked for you as well. Hey, congratulations to Team Rising Tide from a Chesapeake, Washington, D.C. area who won our bronze medal match against Arizona Sizzle 3-0, 25-22, 25-16, 25-16. Any closing thoughts from the man with a plan, D.A. Dalton Ammerman?
Oh, just a really nice job by Rising Tide at finishing out that set in 3, taking care of business really quickly. Really looking forward here to this upcoming finals match. It should be action-packed, so don't go anywhere. If you're hungry, cook up some pizza rolls, a frozen pizza, maybe make a smoothie or something, and come right back because this is going to be exciting.
All right, thanks a lot, Dalton. I'm Rob Aspero for Dalton Ammerman. We are out at least for the next 10 to 15 minutes when the gold medal match takes place right here in our NVA Pro Volleyball gold medal matchup. It's our volleyball showcase with men's professional volleyball here in the USA. History, nothing but history made all this weekend. We'll catch you back in about 10 to 15.